Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I look horrendous. So keeping on what I was saying, if this is your first video, sorry, this is what you're seeing. However, I've been trying to use products I don't normally use. And so today I used the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation, which, first of all, I forgot how full coverage this was. So I applied a little bit too much. But this is not my shade no more. Or at least not right now. I am too pale. So I look a little crazy and forgot how pigmented the blush was. Again, look a little too crazy. But here we are. So, without further ado, we are going to go ahead and do yet another palette of the week. So happy Wednesday, happy hump day. The palette of the week is the Beauty Bay X Nikkie Tutorials palette. I got this when it launched, but I never used it. I don't know why, because this color story is very wearable and very pretty. But that's the palette we'll be using today. Kind of want to step out of my comfort zone a little bit because we have so many fun colors to play with. And yeah, let's see what we can create. So, all of my clean brushes here. First things first, I need to do some eyeshadow primer. And this is the NYX Prove It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer. I have not used this in a very long time, but I know the MAC is my favorite, and I want to try to use some of my other primers. I don't have too many eyeshadow primers, but I need to go through and use up these other ones because there's no reason why I shouldn't be. Like, obviously, if they're just not good anymore, then sure, but they seem fine. It's a little watery. But while we have that going down, I think what I'm going to start off by doing is doing this tan shade in the middle, right below the red, which is called Basic Trot. Not quite sure how to pronounce that. Why is my there? And it's this shade here. I could not figure out why my autofocus wouldn't work. It's finally working. Finally. I was messing around with that. I'm like, okay, I'm just wasting time at this point. This is frustrating. But I'm going to take that shade and I'm going to kind of pack that all over my eye to begin with, just to have a good starting base. And this primer is actually fantastic. Very tacky. Like I said, it is a little liquidy, but it's gripping the shadow very well. And as long as these shadows blend well together, this will be perfect. I have not tried a Beauty Bay eyeshadow product, or I don't think I've tried any Beauty Bay products. Not that I can remember. But I do really like Nikkie Tutorials. She is so beyond creative. I'm so jealous. I wish I was that talented at makeup, but here we are. So, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of, how crazy do we want to go? Okay, I've got an idea. I don't know how well it's going to work. We're going to take a little bit of this light blue shade, which is Plot Twist. And I'm going to start putting that kind of all over my crease. Now, I will say these do have some kickback, which I personally don't mind. I know some people don't like fallout and don't really like powdery formulas, so I will say that as a small disclaimer. I feel like if they perform how I expect them to and they're giving me what I need, I don't really care. The only time I'm gonna be upset is if I just have like fallout all over my entire face. But I don't really notice any fallout on my face yet, just in the pan. Okay, I take that back. That primer, it has to be blended out flawlessly or it creates little divots. So be careful with that. Next, we're going to take a little bit of, I'm going to be crazy. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we're going to take this bright yellow shade right here called VIDA, V-L-A, and I'm going to, oh my, she's so pigmented. Okay. I'm going to gently pack that on the like inner portion of my eye. Okay, so this one definitely has some fallout right along my nose, but I think it should dust away fairly easy, I'm hoping. I will say I think that these colors are very true to the pan, which I like and I enjoy because then I can actually do my look like accordingly, because then that means what I see is what I get, and I really like that. Here, get out of here. Yeah, that yellow dusted away fairly easily. Ooh. And then we're going to take a little bit of, I think we're going to do this purple color, this like plummy shade up here, which is Slasher. Very pretty. I'm very nervous. I'm gonna take a flat, like, kind of packer brush and be very careful because I don't want this to be too bad. And I will say this has less fallout in the pan, which is nice. Stay with me. I have a vision, which I feel like that's me almost every time I decide to do something that is not a neutral eye. Okay, so I feel like my purple is going like there. Oh, no. Shit. I notice that because of whichever way I do my mirror, my eyes almost don't look the same. So what I'm trying to do is make them a little bit more even. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that yet, but I am going to take, first I'm going to take some of that blue. We're going to buff the outer edge, okay? And then with the same brush, I'm going to kind of buff the purple a little bit, try to tone it down so it's not quite so intense. Taking a hint of that blue, because I don't, there we go. Okay, just ever so slightly. Okay, now to tie them together, I think I'm going to take a little bit of Pride, which is this shimmer down here. Now it looks very hot pink on camera, but it's like a duochrome. So it also has like some blue, some silver. I'm going to take another flat brush. It reminds me a lot of like a flakier version of the Super Shock. Oh, okay. So this one has to have a setting spray. Let's try this again. That works so much better. Now, there is some fallout. It is a shimmer. I'm not surprised. I feel like that's pretty common for glitters. That's better. It has a nice gradual to it. However, this is extremely flaky. Like, will it pick this up? Yeah, like it's chunky, flaky, which I don't mind. It's just a little bit harder to work with in my opinion. See, like this side just looks so much better, and I don't know why. Like I did the same. Why is this happening? It's just purple. It's going down too low, so it's making my eye look droopy. This is why I should do my eyes like before my face. I mean, that's better, but it's still not great. This is not my best work. Now, I don't know, I haven't been doing my lower lash line a lot, but I kind of want to tie this all together, so I'm going to take a little bit of Zoomer, which is this corally shade down here, and I'm going to buff that along my lower lash line. Now, here's the crazy part I wanted to try. I wanted to take this corally greeny color here called Ew. Oh, this is going to be bad. This is not going to be good. And I'm going to... Oh no, I dipped into the wet. I'm not mad at this. I mean, it could be better. Okay, and then let's take a little bit of Ivy, which is this icy color up here, and put that on my brow bone in the inner corner. It's that same consistency as that Pride Pinky shade. It's very pretty though. Not half bad. Again, could be drastically better, but I've done worse. So, quickly, I'm going to go ahead and throw on some mascara and some eyeliner, and I will be back. So this is our finished look. I'm telling you, mascara just ties it together so well. I haven't worn black eyeliner in a long time, and I kind of like it because it just, I don't know, it feels like it kind of ties it together. But once I threw on some mascara and liner, I feel like it looks a lot better. And then I also threw on some Dragon Beauty. This is the Dragon Glass Gloss in Sus. First of all, it's very pretty. It's supposed to be kind of like colored, but I don't really see a whole lot of color to it. However, this was part of her birthday collection, I think. It smells like fresh vanilla cake right before you bake it, like the batter. 10 out of 10. But yeah, I'm not too mad about this. I think going forward I need to do a lot more colored looks before I do my base. But overall, I kind of like this look. But this palette is very nice. The reason why I was interested in it for the shimmers, because I'm in love with shimmers, but it has good neutrals in it too with having the colors, so like you get options, and that's what I really liked about it. And I think the packaging is adorable, but I think that this palette is really nice. I don't know how often I'll be reaching for it just because I don't play with colors too often. However, like I said, I've been trying to step out of my comfort zone a little bit more. But overall, yeah, I'm into this. I think once I got that duochrome pink shade down, I like it a lot more. That is definitely going to be a shade that I would have to apply with my finger though. I should have just did that. I don't know why I didn't. But I kind of like the pop of green in the inner corner, like on my lower lash line. I think it's cute. But overall, I would definitely say that this palette is really nice. And again, I think the packaging is absolutely amazing. But yeah, it's a good palette. So that's all I've got for this video, guys. Subscribe if you have not. Like this video for more content like this. Comment any ideas you'd like to see down below. I've been uploading like crazy, so turn on that bell so you don't miss any future videos that I upload. As well as, because everything is up in the air for me right now, I've been trying to film a lot of content ahead of time. So I have tons of videos that I'm in the process of editing or are ready to be uploaded. But like today, for instance, since it's the palette of the week, and it's kind of a new series that I want to do, I wanted to make sure to get this uploaded before I upload any other content. So if you see like older videos being uploaded, they're not old, but they're just filmed probably like after like this video, for instance. But that's all I've got for this video. Socials are linked down below. Check out my Instagram. It's a good time over there. But that's all I've got. Till next time.